Imagine waking up in June, expecting warm sunshine, but instead, you step outside to see frost covering the ground, crops dead, and the sky an eerie shade of orange. No birds singing, just an unnatural, haunting silence. It sounds like a scene from a dystopian movie. But during the summer of 1816, this was reality. A year when summer never came, when snow fell in July, and food became so scarce that people ate rats, tree bark, anything they could get their hands on. The world was plunged into chaos. This is the forgotten nightmare of the year without a summer. To understand why 1816 became a year of misery, we have to go back to April 10th, 1815, in Indonesia, where a sleeping giant awoke. Mount Tambora erupted in one of the largest volcanic explosions in recorded history. The sound, well, it was heard over 1,600 miles away. That's like an explosion in New York being heard in Miami. The initial blast from Tambora blew the mountain apart, sending out a wall of pyroclastic flows that claimed more than 10,000 lives. The resulting tsunamis destroyed an estimated 35,000 homes. And this was just the beginning. The eruption blasted 100 cubic kilometers of ash and rock into the sky, enough to bury an entire country. But the worst part, that ash didn't just fall back down. It traveled. Over the next few months, Tambora's ash spread across the stratosphere, forming a deadly veil that blocked out the sun. By early 1816, strange things started happening. The sky was a bizarre shade of red and orange, like a never-ending sunset. But the real horror was what happened to the temperature. June should have brought summer, but instead, there was snow. July should have been hot, but people were shivering in their homes. August, more frost, more dead crops, more hunger. The eruption caused an event called volcanic winter, where volcanic ash in the stratosphere becomes so thick, it blocks out the sun, causing temperatures to fall globally. With crops failing, food became scarce. Wheat prices quadrupled. People who were once comfortable suddenly found themselves starving. The world wasn't prepared for the hardships that stood before them. In New England, farmers watched in horror as snow fell in June. Famine in France was so severe, it led to riots in the streets. Floods and starvation devastated entire regions in China. Europe, which was still recovering from the Napoleonic Wars, saw riots break out as people looted stores for food. Some even turned to eating grass, bark, even clay. Imagine being a parent in 1816, watching your children waste away because there was simply nothing left to eat. In the eastern United States, unusual cold and failing crops forced families to leave their homes in search of better conditions, which was a major catalyst to the westward expansion in the United States. This greatly expanded the size of early America, leading to new lands and new opportunities. Out of the darkness came something unexpected. In Europe, a group of writers were trapped indoors by the endless cold. In a house near Lake Geneva in Switzerland, these writers decided to entertain themselves with ghost stories. And from that cold, bleak summer came one of the greatest horror stories of all time. Among these writers was Mary Shelley. During this dark and dismal summer, Shelley had a vivid dream about a mad scientist who created a living creature which inspired her to write the iconic novel Frankenstein. The bleak and unsettling atmosphere of that summer was reflected in Shelley's novel. Without the endless storms and eerie skies, one of literature's most iconic monsters might never have been born. The Year Without a Summer serves as a chilling reminder of nature's raw power. But could it happen again? Could another volcanic eruption plunge us into a global cold snap? The answer, my friends, is a resounding yes. While we can't predict when, the forces that shaped 1816 are still very much present. It's a stark reminder of our planet's dynamic nature and the powerful role that volcanoes play in shaping our climate. It also is a reason to keep investing in climate science so we can better understand the Earth and prepare for the future. So what do you think? Could we survive another year without a summer? Or are we already heading toward one? Let me know in the comments. If you love history and uncovering forgotten stories, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.